Japan Station is made possible in part by amazing people like you. If you'd like to make sure that I can keep bringing you more content about Japan, the Japanese culture, and the Japanese language, then consider joining the Patreon over at japankyo.com/Patreon. You can join for as little as $1 a month, and that will get you early access to episodes, plus ad-free versions. I also take one-time donations over on Ko-fi, Venmo, and PayPal. Links are down below.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Japan Station.
Welcome to Japan Station, a production of Japankyo.com. This is a podcast where we teach you everything you should know about Japan, plus a few other things. I'm your host, Tony R. Vega, and again, I'm joined by my co-host. Hey,
Hello,
Miyuki.
guys.
Hey.
Hi.
All right. So today, so I should explain. So as some listeners may know, I've been walking across Japan for the past 3 years. And last year I finished, I made it all the way down to Kagoshima. So that was like 1,400 kilometers. This year in 2026, in the fall, in October, I plan to do a tandem bicycle ride it's probably going to be from Aomori to Tokyo. That'll be around 1,000 kilometers. So I decided to start learning about Tohoku because I've never been there.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's finally, my trip to Tohoku is coming, and so I want to prepare and teach people
Yay.
about, Tohoku. So this is the first episode that we're recording about Tohoku stuff, and we may do at least one or two other ones about Tohoku stuff. And today, the topic is why life in Aomori is so different to the rest of Japan. So this is specifically about Aomori, which is one of several prefectures that make up the Tohoku area, which is like northeast Honshu. It's one of the coldest areas in Japan and one of the most rural areas of Japan. But there's that doesn't mean that there isn't anything interesting there. There's a lot of really interesting stuff that goes on there, and a lot of it is influenced by the fact that it is a very cold area and the terrain and all that. But actually, you mentioned something to me that maybe you told me before and I just don't remember. But your family is partly from Tohoku, right?
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah. What area?
So my interesting thing, my mother is from Yamagata Prefecture. And my grandma of my dad's side is from Aomori.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, but I've never been to Aomori myself.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yes.
It is literally like the edge. It's the most northern, Honshu. So people don't pass through there normally. Like if you're going to Hokkaido, you're going to take the plane up to Hokkaido or maybe the train. Right? You're not. You have no reason to stop in Aomori.
Exactly. Especially if you're from like Tokyo, Osaka, other big cities where they have air connection, like you can go by airplanes. Then why would we?
Yeah, and actually, like there's very cheap airfare to Sapporo, for example, with like the low cost carriers. So it's actually more expensive to try to go by land and do something like what I'm gonna do.
Right. But like there are some people who have certain tastes in traveling when it comes to traveling.
Mm-hmm.
So it's possible to go by cars, and there is a tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
You can go underwater, under the sea, between Hokkaido and Aomori.
Yeah, that's a very famous tunnel. That's one of the longest.
Yeah.
I think. Well, at least the bullet train is it the same as the bullet train one? Is that the one you're talking about? I think it's called the Seikan Tunnel or something.
Seikan Tunnel. Yes.
Yeah. That one's famous for being like very long, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
But it is possible, and there are people going.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Probably not walking, but
driving
cars and taking trains.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But
yeah.
yeah, again, obviously I've never been here. I know about Tohoku. I hear stuff in TV shows and stuff, but yeah, never been there myself. So I wanted to kind of share some things that are very normal to people in Aomori Prefecture and probably some other areas of Tohoku as well. But may seem a bit unusual for people from other parts of Japan or people that are only familiar with other parts of Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a list here and we'll go through them. And this is based on like an article and then a video that I found from a guy that does videos about like he's from Aomori and he does videos about Aomori stuff and Aomori like the dialects. We're not going to talk about the language too much today because that we could probably do like 10 episodes about the language like by itself.
Right.
And you know, we well, at least I like to talk about language stuff. So I don't want to just say, you know, very tiny things and then, you know, no, I'd love to do like an entire episode about this kind of stuff. So it's more like daily life kind of stuff that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first one is so Shimokita is not Shimokitazawa in Aomori.
I love
so,
that.
so Shimokitazawa, I mean, you live in Tokyo, so you know you know what we're talking about on both ends. But what is Shimokitazawa? What is it known for in Tokyo?
Shimokitazawa is one place in, I think it's in Setagaya ward, right?
I
Tokyo
think so.
23 ward. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in not Shibuya. No. Setagaya. Yeah. And this place has been known for so many things, but like small theaters, like a band,
like live
kurushi?
venues kind of stuff.
Yeah, like a secondhand clothing shops
Oh, okay.
And
kind of fashionable a little bit.
Yes. It's fashionable, but not like Shibuya.
Right.
Yeah, it's more of like people have their own style, very specific to each one of them.
It's a little more like hipstery kind of like counterculture in a different way. Like Shibuya is also known for counterculture, but like a little bit more vintagey, retro, like retro chic almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, so Shimokitazawa gets shortened to Shimokita. You know, most people that are aware of these things know that Shimokita. It's Shimokitazawa. But in the Aomori region, Shimokita refers to the Shimokita Hanto, which is the Shimokita Peninsula, which is the northernmost like peninsula where I'm gonna be going. Like that's where you get like Mount Osore, like this famous like mountain that people have done tons of videos and stuff about it. Volcano, I believe, right? And then so it's known as the edge of Honshu, and it's like remote wilderness and all that. That's the Shimokita area in Aomori. So kind of the opposite.
Kind of. Yeah, it's very opposite.
Yeah. So anybody from Shimokita, you're gonna. Oh, I'm from Shimokita. No, you're not. You're not from Shimokita.
I wonder if people in Aomori call Shimokita Hanto Shimokita though.
Well, the guy in the video made it sound like that.
Oh, okay.
Because he's like, no, that's not Shimokita. Shimokita is this here. Like, so, I don't know. They might say Shimokita Hanto, I guess. But yeah, I'm not sure if they only say Shimokita. That's a good question.
Okay. But you can witness yourself maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I was like, oh, I'm going up to, what is it? Soya Misaki? I think it's Soya Misaki, right? Is that? No, wait. Oh, Oma. Soya is Hokkaido. Oma is Aomori. Yeah. So that's where Cape Oma, which is in Shimokita. So maybe somebody will say it for me. Yeah.
Good.
All right. So number 2, we're talking about how remote and stuff some of these areas are. So much of Aomori is very inconvenient in terms of like delivery and even like
Uh-huh.
TV signals.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, like even for Amazon, like apparently this guy was saying in the video, like you might have to pay more for a delivery because
Yeah.
you're out of the like main populated area. Or like he talked about in a section of the video how in order to get like food like a Fuji TV affiliate, they would have to use the or try to catch the signal from like Hokkaido or from like a different prefecture, because it's well known that the Fuji TV affiliates don't reach much of Aomori.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's just not enough people up there, I guess, some of this stuff is just really inconvenient.
Yeah. I heard, so the Kyushu you were in,
Yeah.
you walked.
Hmm.
People from Kyushu also say they have very limited channels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I guess it's more or less like a typical thing for people in, like, how do you call it? Like, so if we put Tokyo as a central,
Yeah.
how far these certain cities are from Tokyo? It's like, I don't know, a certain 100,000 kilometers away from Tokyo, right?
Let me
Do
see.
you get what I
So
mean?
yeah, like well, the farther away and the more remote, you are, yeah, the less
Hmm.
likely you are to get some of the, for example, the main TV channel signals and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So if we put Tokyo as a middle, and
Right.
how far is Aomori from Tokyo, and how far, I don't know, some cities in Kyushu
Well, yeah. So, for
is
example, up to
probably
Aomori,
equivalent to how
yeah,
far from.
totally true,
So I
totally
guess
true. Yeah,
that's how it works.
I guess
I don't
so.
know.
Yeah, I mean, and again, like less population, so less reason to invest in the infrastructure as
Hmm.
well. So,
Yeah, that's also true.
yeah, yeah, and then yeah, because like, kind of like what we were talking about, like Aomori is on the way to Hokkaido, and then you get to like Sapporo, like kind of the biggest city in the area. So like obviously there's going to be infrastructure there, but Aomori is kind
Hmm.
of in this in between area where it's not in the population area of Hokkaido, and it's not in the population area of probably even Tohoku. There's probably like
Hmm.
bigger cities in Tohoku, so it's like
Hmm.
no reason to really invest in like antennas and all this stuff and
I
all that.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so number three, this one, I love food stuff. And this is a good one. I had no idea about this, but Miyuki did know about this actually. So Igirisu toast is apparently a beloved soul food item in Aomori. Igirisu is England, toasto is toast. So this is, I guess you could say it translates to English toast. Uh, Number one, it has nothing to do with England. Uh, this is an original creation in Aomori, created like 1962-ish. I think it was like Showa 32 or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, like early 60s if I remember correctly. And so this is basically white bread with margarine and then granulated sugar. Uh, and that's it. And sometimes it's toasted, but oftentimes it's not even toasted. Uh, and this is sold in a pack of two slices with the, I guess, bread and sugar inside. And
Mhm.
it's an original product by this company named Kudo Pun, I believe.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, okay. And so apparently this was somewhat common in a certain area in Aomori, and then they used that as the inspiration, and so then they began selling it, and then they started also selling it at junior high and high school hambaiten. So do you know if that means like little shops within the high school or junior high, or does it mean like near the high school or junior high? Do you have any idea about that?
So when you say kobai,
Uh-huh.
that is inside those
Oh,
schools.
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like it's small, they have small convenient store in
Gotcha.
schools.
Okay. So apparently those places also started selling it. And then that helped popularize it as the kids grew up and all that. I guess they just kept eating it, and then the new kids started eating it. And then because it was called Igirisu Toasto, at one point they decided to lean into the name, and so the package ended up being like blue and red, kind of like the British flag, right? The what's that called? The Union Jack. And they designed the package so that it looks like that. And so now this is like just everybody in Aomori knows it. A lot of people like it. It's just like the thing, one of the things that makes up local foods in Aomori, I guess.
I mean, I knew I've seen it on like a TV program one time, but then now I just started doing a little research on that. They have so many different flavors now.
Oh, I'm not surprised, but like, do you have any examples?
So Tony, do you know lunch pack?
Oh yeah. So that's the Yamazaki, right? They make
Yamazaki
the lunch pack, which are like okay, so it's white bread, and it has a filling, and they cut off the crust, but they kind of press down the bread on the sides so that it's all contained in a little bread pocket. And there's tons of flavors. There's curry, there's tuna, there's whatever. Like there's sweet ones, there's savory ones. There's all kinds of flavors. Yep.
Exactly. So this Igirispan has almost equivalent amount of flavors, that including the ones that they did only for like certain amount of time.
Right.
They just released this 1 year and decided not to do it anymore on next year. They have like, oh my goodness, I cannot finish scrolling down. They go on and on and on forever. But okay, so the first one, at least the first one on their website, this is 2007 March.
Mm-hmm.
It has torori choco cream.
Oh, okay. So like
a
melty chocolate cream.
Yeah, melty chocolate cream. The same year, 2007 September, they have jamu and margarine.
Oh, okay. Very breakfasty. Jam and margarine. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a strawberry.
Yeah.
Jam. And then, so the next, 2009, 2010, 2012, 11, 14, 16. So they have just, oh my gosh. So each year they have at least one new flavor coming out.
Wow.
But I don't believe they sell everything until now.
Right. And there's limited time usually.
Yeah. What they have now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 flavors currently. Wow. One is ogura and margarine. Ogura is anko. But then ogura and the butter is like the combination, like Japanese people love. I'm not surprised.
Okay.
And coffee cream.
With margarine or just?
No. So the different flavor is coffee cream.
Oh, okay.
And this like a original Igirisu toasto.
Yeah.
And motto jarimashi.
Okay, so like even more granulated sugar, like it's coarser granulated sugar. Okay, rougher, coarser. Yeah, that's how you.
Motto jarimashi.
Wow, okay.
Tony, wait.
Okay.
There is another one. It says jari jari max.
Okay, so jari, that's an onomatopoeia. And like the first thing I think of when I hear jari is something like gravel, like stones, like moving around, like little rocks. So this is like very coarse, granulated, like very big chunks of sugar
at the maximum level.
At the maximum level.
Jari max.
I love that.
And then they have a jarimashi coffee cream.
Wow. Okay, so not quite max like
Ah.
granulated level, but with the coffee cream.
Mhm.
So
And
this is
then
this is really interesting. So this shows you that it's not just about the flavor. Aomori people love the texture of the sugar in the bread as well.
it seems like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. And then they have choco spray and cream. Do you know choco spray?
That's sprinkles. That's a very interesting word. Spray is sprinkles in Japanese. Like you know how in ice cream you put on like rainbow sprinkles and all that. In Japanese, that's called spray. I love that word because it's so like wait spray like did they spray it? But no it's sprinkles. Yeah. So chocolate
Yeah.
sprinkle cream.
And
Is that
cream.
that what, yeah.
And then blueberry jam and yogurt flavor cream.
What? That sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds almost healthy.
Yeah, almost healthy, very
Almost.
breakfasty, right?
Yeah.
And then mixed fruit and nuts.
Oh, okay. We're getting healthier.
Yeah, a cranberry, papaya, pineapple,
Oh.
and then almonds and raisin, I see. Yeah.
Mhm. Nice. Okay.
And then less healthy one is Lenyu milk cream.
Oh, condensed milk cream. Ooh, that sounds sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So and this condensed milk cream one is a new 新商品.
Oh, okay.
Wow, you gotta try everything
Oh my God, no,
Kakihito
I
there.
won't last on the bicycle. I'm just gonna die right there.
Wow, it's interesting.
Yeah, I don't need energy drinks. I'll just eat, igirisu
Yeah,
toasto the whole
yeah,
ride.
yeah. You can continue going all the way up there. Wow. Now, see, and then it's crazy because this company invests so much to continue creating new flavors,
Yeah.
and they are only known and eaten within Aomori, right? Because
Yeah.
I have no chance to try them here in Tokyo.
That's super interesting. I mean, I'm sure if you look really, really hard, you'll find somewhere, but it's not easy to find. And like we said, most people don't know about this. This is an Aomori thing.
Maybe I should like send them an email asking, "Hey, where can I get one of your igirisupan in Tokyo?"
Oh, that would be funny. That would be really funny.
Huh.
I mean, I'll try
Okay.
to track some down. I assume if you just go to the konbini or the supermarket, it's probably very easy to find in the Aomori
I guess
prefecture area.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'll
you
have to.
should.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there at least 2 days, so I should do that.
And do you know why it's called Igiris toasto?
Good. Yeah, good. Thank you for bringing that up because white bread is also called igirisu pan, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So basically, it's just like Western thing. Igirisu. Oh, igirisu pan. Oh, this is like a fancy name. Okay, igirisu toast. So, like there's no like super deep origin story. It's just like igirisu pan, so igirisu toast, right? Basically, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I think it's this Yamagata pan. It's a how do you call it? Like a round top bread.
Round top, yeah, bread. Not
Round
related to
top.
Yamagata Prefecture. That they just call it mountain type bread because it vaguely looks like a mountain because it has the round top.
Yeah. So this round top bread is called English bread, I think.
Yeah.
And this Igiris pan uses this round top bread. It's not square.
Right.
So that is why they decided, oh, this is English Igiris bread, so it's Igiris toasto.
Yep.
Easy.
Exactly. And again, we're talking
Ah.
about early 1960s, if I remember correctly. So, and then another reason why, so they used margarine because butter was expensive at the time, and previously to the creation of igirisu toasto, sugar had started to become cheaper. So then those two factors resulted in the birth of igirisu toasto.
Interesting.
Yeah, very, very interesting. It's really interesting to see how this company has managed to survive so long and thrive on this one very niche product.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yes. But then imagine how many people actually consume this in Igirisi toast though that
Yeah.
make this company survive.
Yeah. I mean, they must be eating, every day, like some people.
Yes, I'm pretty sure a certain amount of people eat it at least once in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah,
Probably every
definitely.
day.
Definitely. Yeah. All right. We will mention something else food related, but for now we're changing topics and no
Okay.
typhoons in Aomori. So I don't know if
Yay!
there's like a freak typhoon every once in a while, but the guy was saying, yeah, there's no typhoons. Like they'll see on the news, oh, there's a typhoon coming. And they go, oh, really? Like, and there's like no effect there. And obviously because it's just so north and it's in a cold area, it's just less prone to typhoons.
I yeah, I've so we have a lot of typhoons, and every time I watch like a weather forecast,
Mm-hmm.
they just detour.
Right,
they decided not going up north, but rather to east.
right.
So because Aomori is northwest,
Yeah,
right?
it's,
Right?
I mean, so it is in the northeast region of Japan, but it is, a lot of it is like west-ish, um,
Yeah.
relatively
Right.
speaking.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Hmm.
Yeah. But then it's because it's for north
Hmm.
typhoons just like turn it's not
The
right or
route
left.
that they take, yeah, that doesn't cross through that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so yeah, that's nice, but you have to deal with all the snow and all that in the
Hmm
winter. So
hmm So
good and
pick
bad.
pick which one would you prefer? Snow
Exactly.
or typhoons?
Exactly. Yep. 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 All right. So number five here we have there's a lot of kudos in Aomori. So kudo is the last name. So
Interesting.
there's a lot of people in this area named Kudo. And actually, Miyuki, you were there for the episode that we did about last names on Ichimon Japan a long, long time ago.
Oh yes.
So
Uh-huh.
so we talked a lot about last names. It's a really good episode that I think it still gets like search hits. People are still listening to that because it's a really good episode, in my opinion.
hmm
And we talked about how like certain areas have certain last names and all that, and so this is one of these regional characteristics that for whatever reason the last name Kudo just happens to be more common in this area.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, written with crafts person, usually craft like the kanji that looks like the katakana e.
Yes.
Yeah, and then do what is the typical reading of this? The
Fuji.
Fuji
hmm
from Fujiwara, right?
Yes.
The famous Fujiwara clan. Yeah. So we were actually just talking about this, but yeah, it's probably for whatever reason part of the Fujiwara clan that used this last name ended up in this area, and so that may be why. Why exactly this Kudo ended up over there, I don't know, but yeah, something
The
related to the
Fuji,
Fujiwara clan.
yeah, and Fuji is actually a name of a flower.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, the wisteria, I think is the English.
Wisteria, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the blue purple-ish flower that kind of looks like grapes, don't they?
Oh, see, I'm horrible at flowers, so that's news to me.
They
Yeah.
yeah, they look like hanging um so they how do I explain this? You know how grapes like
Yeah, they hang
growing
down.
hanging.
Yeah.
So the Fuji also does the same.
Ah,
So
okay.
I remember as a small kid, I used to call it like a grape flower,
Oh, that's cute.
which had nothing to do with grapes, but
Yeah,
that's how
but
I comprehended the world back
sure. Yeah,
then.
yeah, yeah. It makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, the company that created the Igris toast again is called Kudo Pan. So there you
Oh
go.
yeah,
Another Kudo right there. Proof that Kudo is very common in Aomori.
I
Yeah.
see.
All right, so we can move on. So let's see. So was from an article that I found, and it was just like a comment that somebody said about like stuff that's common in Aomori, and the person said, "Oh, people in Aomori buy apple juice by the box." And hakogai, but like they'll buy like a whole bunch of these boxes of apple juice because, well, Aomori is known for apple production. There's a lot of apple juice that's readily available. It's probably relatively cheap compared to other places. There's was it Shiny, I think, is a brand that's up there that's popular. So basically people probably compared to the average in Japan consume more apple juice and probably apples in general in this area than many other areas in Japan, except I don't know, maybe like Nagano or something. There's a couple of other areas that are known for apple production. But this history with apples goes back to the Meiji period. So of course, during this point in time, Japan was looking to the West and the rest of the world to see how they can modernize and what they should copy and in order to catch up with the rest of the world. And so one of the things that happened was apples came into Japan, and then Aomori got 3 apple trees. They planted them over by the prefectural office, and then one of the employees there decided to do research and go out to other places in Japan to see what other people were doing, and he realized that apparently the climate in Aomori is well suited for this, for apple production. And so he came back and he helped push this. And another thing that was going on is, of course, the samurai in the Edo period, they were getting paid in rice and they didn't have to do anything. But then when the Meiji period came around, everything changed. There were no more, classes, and there were no more samurai. They weren't getting paid for doing nothing. And so there were like all these unemployed samurai. And so they started becoming apple farmers. And
well, it makes sense. It makes complete sense.
Absolutely, yeah. And so the guy from the prefectural office, he's like, "Oh, we've got these unemployed samurai. The apples are suited to this climate." So I guess he started pushing for apple production, and so then Aomori became one of the centers of apple production in Japan.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
They needed jobs. They needed money.
Yeah,
like this former samurais themselves. So it was a good business, I think.
It all worked out exactly. So there you go. Yeah. So that's again, Nagano is also known for apple productions, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's 1 or 2 other places. But yeah, Aomori apples are especially famous.
Yeah, I think so. So people oftentimes imagine apples like associate, Aomori associate with apple the other way around too. So
yeah. There's a if I remember correctly, there's a well-known like Yuru Kyara, like one of these mascot characters who's I believe he's from Aomori, and I wrote an article about him years and years and years ago. What's this called? Nyango Star. That's he's a drummer. He's a drummer one. Yeah. I think he's from Aomori, unless he's from Nagano. Yes. Then okay,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote an article about him like years and years and years ago, and that thing still gets hits on japanki.com. It's weird. Like that article is like ridiculously popular. Yeah, so he's an apple with the face of a cat, and he drums. He's very good at drumming.
Like crazy. He drums like crazy.
Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah, and his name is a pun on Ringo Starr from the Beatles, right? Because he's the drummer, right? So his name is Nyango.
Crazy Japanese.
Yep, I love that.
They're doing crazy stuff again.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Are you planning to go to Japan and you need a SIM card with a Japanese phone number? Do you want 10% off that SIM card? Well, then you should consider using my affiliate link for Mobile, mobal.com/TonyJapan. So Mobile is a trusted provider of pocket Wi-Fi devices and SIM cards, and they are the only company that offers SIM cards with real Japanese phone numbers. Mobile was actually one of the sponsors of my recent walk across Kyushu, so I was using one of their pocket Wi-Fi devices as well as one of their SIM cards with a Japanese phone number, which actually was really useful. I actually ended up using that phone number a few times during my, well, I think it was around 5 weeks in Japan. And I'm glad I had that phone number. So if you want a SIM card, the voice and data plan, well, consider using my affiliate link. Again, that's mobile.com/Tony Japan. You'll get 10% off and you'll support what I do here at Japan Station. Link in the show notes. Okay, so next one. So this isn't a convenience store only thing, but the way the guy in the video pointed it out, he said the convenience stores in Aomori have double doors. So I'm sure this is some. Well, no, I've seen this in like Hokkaido as well. I'm pretty sure. Any cold area in Japan, but basically, usually in most other areas of Japan, you walk up to the convenience store, the door opens up, and you're inside. But this one, it has like a little, I don't know what the technical term is in English, but it has like a little area in between, the entrance and the actual entrance to the convenience store. And this is to keep snow out, especially, but also probably to keep the heat in the store.
I guess that's also another reason, because oftentimes, so when you enter the first, how do I explain? So
the outside, the external door, I guess.
Yeah. So the actual entrance door into the convenience store is normally facing towards like the parking spots or street, right?
Right.
But then this double door, when you enter this one of those double doors, you have to enter from either left or right, and then turn, and then enter.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Really, yeah, because like having double door facing towards the same direction doesn't really mean
doesn't do that much. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep the snow out and then the
good point.
So they are kind of like a blocking the wind coming out coming into the store, and then keeping the heat, escaping from the store. With this wall of this double doored space.
Yeah. No, makes
Does it make sense? Yeah. Okay,
actually, I when I was probably in the South Kumamoto area or like North Kagoshima, somewhere around there, probably very near the coast, I encountered a couple of stores and convenience stores that were like that. You had to walk in and then make a turn, and then you actually get to the door. And it was very confusing for me because I couldn't see like how it was all laid out.
Yeah.
I assume that might have something to do with that area having very windy conditions due to being near the ocean. But I'm just guessing. But they wouldn't do that for no reason. There must be a reason for doing that.
Right. Probably keeping this like a air conditioned air inside, or keeping this wind out, or be both.
Right.
It has something. It has to do something with environmental reasons. Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, in Aomori, especially for the snow and obviously the cold, So this is quite common, and probably supermarkets and any store where you have a lot of people coming in and out all the time.
Even at people's houses, I think.
True. Yeah. So and just housing is we'll talk more about housing in a moment, but let's go to the next one. This one is funny. So he said it. The guy in the video said it this way: like, there's Apple stores everywhere, but it's not the Apple store that everybody would assume, right? The phone and computer company. It's literal apples being sold on the streets in especially in these they call them mujin hanbaiten, which are like these a lot of times they'll just be like a little table on the side on a sidewalk with apples on it and a little tray or something, a little bowl maybe, where you leave your money. There's no clerk. You just pick up your apples and you leave your money and you do it yourself. It's self-checkout, purely like trust-based self-checkout. Yeah. And apparently there's a lot of apple orchards and people growing apples all over the place. So, sometimes they have extra apples and they'll just put it out on the street and people can buy. So there's all these little apple stores all over the place. and they're much
Yeah,
cheaper than the other Apple store.
I'm pretty sure like they have more double quotation mark Apple stores
Yeah.
in Aomori than in Tokyo.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah,
Yeah,
Apple's all over
you
the
should
place.
probably you probably see one or two of them when you
Absolutely.
go up. So you have to grab one and try
Yeah,
the Aomori apple.
I'm totally okay with getting something from that kind of Apple store.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. All right. So next, another food one. This is
Yay.
for maybe Miyuki will be able to talk more about this because I don't eat that much oden, but this is about oden.
Mhm.
So oden is eaten with shoga miso, which is miso sauce with like kind of sliced or minced ginger mixed in together. Now oden, we did an entire episode about oden like months ago with Ryan. Basically, it's like this broth that you simmer like eggs and fish cakes and daikon radish and stuff, and it's very common all across Japan. But in Aomori, they prefer to eat it with this miso ginger kind of sauce. Have you had this
No,
variety? No? Oh, okay, so this isn't
no.
necessarily like Tohoku. This is really an Aomori thing.
I to be honest, I never knew this. I never
Oh, okay.
knew that the people in Aomori eat oden with shoga miso. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I have never even heard of shoga miso.
Okay. But normally it would be what? Soy sauce or what would normally be?
Normally with miso and karashi.
Okay.
Karashi is what is karashi?
It's Japanese mustard or
Oh yeah.
horseradish or
Japanese,
yeah,
Japanese mustard. Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly spicy.
So yeah. So see, like they still go with this little spicy
True.
um thingy, but they instead of Japanese mustard, they go for ginger for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it
Yeah.
was cheaper and easier
Maybe.
for them to get ginger.
Could be. Yeah, I have
Could
no idea.
be.
I
Yeah.
didn't see a reason for this, but yeah, if this is something to try if you're in Aomori. Yeah.
Yeah.
So oden. And that
Okay.
is a very like cold weather food too.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
Yeah.
It's great when it's getting colder.
Yes. Okay, so here's another snow related thing.
Tony, one more thing.
Oh yeah.
Sorry. Because like a lot of convenience stores sell oden during winter time.
Yes, uh-huh.
Maybe if you go in not winter but like in autumn, they probably already start selling
Probably.
oden in konbini in Aomori.
Yeah.
So you can ask them if they prepare ginger miso at
Yeah.
konbini as well.
Well, I can get my igrisu toast and my oden at the same place.
Yeah, and see if they prepare this small packed miso for oden that you can eat with.
Good idea. I'll eat it on the bicycle and burn myself.
And then sprinkle all the soup everywhere.
And then bears will come chasing us.
Bears, yeah. Be careful.
Goodness. All right. So
drive faster.
Exactly. Pedal more, pedal. Next one, so more snow related stuff. So people in Aomori don't open their umbrellas, when it starts snowing. So
Why?
like this is one of those things where like people in Aomori like you see a video or an article and you go like, oh, I was in Tokyo and it started snowing and I didn't open my umbrella, and then all the people in Tokyo were opening their umbrella. Like they always have this kind of like culture shock moment. Like I've seen descriptions of this where people in Tokyo, whatever, they'll open the umbrella for like even for a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow, right away the umbrella. But in Aomori, it's like it's just a little bit of snow, no big deal, whatever. No reason to actually open the umbrella.
That is why I was wondering the reason why. And one thought I had was because the snow is so heavy.
Oh,
maybe it breaks umbrellas.
It could be. Could be. Yeah.
Yeah. But it also makes sense that if it's just a little amount of snow or rain
Yeah.
or whatever, they just don't bother using.
Yeah, I mean, if it's super common, whatever, it's like, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna get out of the car and go into the store anyway. So, also, like
That's also.
in places like this, oftentimes there's less of a culture of walking because, well, one, you're driving around more, there's less infrastructure, but also it's too cold, so you don't want to walk around too much outside. So then maybe people are just like, yeah, I'm not going to be walking around outside that long, so no reason to open the umbrella.
That is very true. Yeah.
Whereas in
Yeah.
Tokyo, it's like, you're walking around all over the place. So it's like, you don't, you're going to protect yourself from even a little bit of rain or a little bit of snow.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, and then you're stuck in a train, right? Like if it's packed train and you're all wet from the snow and all that. So yeah, there's probably multiple reasons for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay, more cold stuff. So people in Aomori don't have kotatsu in their homes. Uh
Eh?
yeah.
Really?
According to this resident of Aomori who produces content about Aomori. Yeah, because so what happens is, so all right, so first kotatsu. Kotatsu are these like heated tables that are very common in Japan. So basically, like there's like a table with like a blanket around it, and it has like a heating element inside. So during the winter, the cat likes to sleep in there, and then you put your legs under there and you eat mikan. Like that's the stereotypical Japanese winter. Right? Have you done that, Miyuki?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes. Of course.
You're a good Japanese person. Okay. So this is super common like across Japan, but in Aomori they don't keep kotatsu in their homes because according to this guy, they just turn up the stove, which is a heater, or in more modern homes they might have like a proper like wall mounted central heating kind of thing. They just turn up the heat, so it's actually very warm inside the house. The way he put it is like sometimes it's like warmer inside than it is during like hotter months outside because
Yeah.
they just heat it all up, so there's no need for a kotatsu.
Well, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That
and
makes sense.
and I assume that in a lot of these places in these colder areas, I've heard people say this, but like there's better insulation, the houses are just built different. In many areas of Japan, the houses are almost built more for hot weather than they are for cold weather because the windows are all rattly and it's like it's not good at retaining heat. So it makes sense that you would have a kotatsu, this one place that you put in this one room where you can kind of hide away.
Right. Now that you talk about it, I remember visiting my dad's old friends one time, and they also didn't have kotatsu in Hokkaido, I mean.
Oh, okay.
So like making this entire house or entire room warm enough makes complete sense that they don't need kotatsu.
Right.
House itself is already quite warm.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't think about it, but that sounds very true.
Yeah. Okay, so here's kind of a language one. Ore ore sagi doesn't work in Aomori. I love this one.
I can guess why.
Yeah, it's very easy. But as we talked about, Aomori, Tohoku in general is known for a particularly hard to understand dialect in Japanese, and Aomori itself has three main sub-dialects, and Aomori is especially known for having difficult to understand dialects. And ore ore sagi is the me scam is literally what this means, and it's somebody calls, usually an old man, an old woman says, "Hey, it's me, I'm in trouble. You need to send me money." And then the old person will go, "Oh, I guess this is my nephew, my niece, or my grandchild or something."
Son or grandson. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, and then once they think that, then the scammer's like, "Okay, I got them," and then they tell them, "Oh, you have to send money here, 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 here." But Japanese dialects use different pronouns, first person pronouns, and again, the dialects are very different. So if all of a sudden this old woman gets a phone call from some guy speaking the standard dialect, they go like, "You're not my grandson. He doesn't talk like that."
Or it could be the other way around.
Like
Those
like a
people who
Tohoku
make
person
funk. Yeah, I mean, so
is a scammer.
yeah. Those people who make scam phone calls cannot understand.
Yeah.
So the conversation doesn't go.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah, they don't understand what the grandma is saying. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah. And again, like for example, I think the guy in the video spoke Tsugaru Ben, which like
Yeah.
he known, to be very like hard to understand. And when he started speaking it, like it sounded kind of like Korean. And then he said, "Oh, Tsugaru Ben is known for sounding kind of like Korean." And you're like, "Oh, wow."
What I've heard is it could be different from Tsugaru dialect.
Yeah.
But certain Aomori dialects sound like French.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Yes. Yeah.
So it sounds like, and I don't understand them. I unfortunately, especially older people, start talking in Tohoku dialect because, I mean, again, it's a little bit different from Aomori, but I couldn't talk with my own grandma without my mom as a translator.
Wow.
Yeah.
So just the other day, literally like a week ago, I had an experience with somebody from Yamagata.
Oh, really?
Older, he's like 78 years old, I think it was. And so this was on Zoom. We were having a meeting with a bunch of people, and I was in a like breakout room with like 5 people, and he was one of the people. He was telling us about what he was doing, and he said the word bizukan, bizukan, bizukan. He kept saying the word bizukan, bizukan, and I could understand pretty much everything he was saying because he wasn't like super dialecty. Like it was just every once in a while, 1 or 2 words that would pop up that I go like, and I'm not 100% sure what it is, even with context. And then somebody else in the breakout room said bijutsukan, and bijutsukan means art museum. And then I went, oh, he's saying bijutsukan, but he's saying it bizukan, right? So something that is fairly well known, I think, across many Tohoku dialects is the ja, je, ja, ji, ju. Like those sounds get changed quite a bit, and I think that's what was going on here. So instead of bijutsukan, it was bizukan, and I couldn't figure it out until somebody else said bijutsukan. I go, oh, now everything makes sense.
Interesting. But then yeah, I can imagine pretty well. Yeah. So first they have so in that case it was like a normal no, I don't like the word normal, but like a standard word bijutsukan.
Yeah.
With the thick accent, right? But sometimes they have different vocabularies.
Totally different. Yeah, totally different.
So combination of completely different vocabularies with a thick accent makes communication extra times harder.
Yep. Yeah. And again, we can do entire episodes about this stuff. So but it's super interesting. Okay. All right, so we'll do another food one. We're almost done, but the next one, senbei jiru. Senbei jiru. This is another food one. This is probably like I've never heard of another place in Japan doing this.
Never heard.
Okay, so good. It's not just me. All right, so senbei is rice cracker. Jiru, it's soup basically in this context. So it's senbei soup. Basically, it's a soup in which it has a rice cracker, a senbei inside, and it's not like soft, like super soggy. It's supposed to be al dente, as one article put it, where it's like a little bit soft. It's soaked in a little bit of the soup, but there's still a little bit of the hardness, the crunchiness, I guess, in the middle. Obviously, it's going to get softer and softer the longer it takes to eat it, but that's the idea. And I think this is a food particularly known in Hachinohe city. So this is like from this area. I imagine you might be able to get it in other places, but yeah, Hachinohe is known for senbei jiru. Yeah. So have you had senbei jiru?
No,
Okay.
unfortunately not. But then this rice cracker senbei that is used for the senbei jiru is called nambu senbei.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And I've tried nambu senbei.
Oh, okay.
I mean, so like I said, my grandma of my dad's side is from Aomori,
Hmm.
and when I visited her, she often had this nambu senbei for like a snack for kids.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I'm sorry to be honest, I didn't like
Okay.
it as a kid.
Yeah. Well,
It's way too simple.
okay.
Way too simple.
Well, that reminds me of they're called soda crackers in English. And there are these very plain crackers. Usually they're square. And they're not
Uh-huh.
that good. They are super, super plain, but
Huh.
they're very popular to eat with soup. So you dunk it in the soup and you eat it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that might be the same concept where by itself is like, whatever, it's not that great. But because it's not that flavorful, it works well with something like a soup because then it combines, right? You get the flavor from the soup and you get the texture and the extra food from the cracker.
Yes, I guess. Yeah, I think it's almost the equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
Okay.
so.
Good
Yeah.
to know. I had no idea about that.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, the same basic idea. Anyway, we'll do one more and finish off. And this is one of my favorites. So in so there's Setsubun, which is February 3rd. This
Mhm.
marks the end of winter, the start of spring, even though it's supposed to be later in the year because the way they changed the calendars from the old like Chinese calendar to the modern Gregorian calendar messed everything up. Actually, Setsubun is supposed to be like 1 month later, but February moved up 1 month. So now it's February 3rd. Even though it's still the middle of winter, it's not the end of winter. But the the whole thing is, right, you throw well, okay, so in a family home, the dad will put on an oni mask, and then the kids will throw roasted soybeans at the dad wearing the oni mask, and they'll say fukuwa uchi, like luck inside the house, uni wa soto, and then the demons go out. It's this kind of celebration to bring in good luck and like scare away the bad spirits and bad stuff. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
the key point here is in most of Japan, they use these roasted soybeans that they throw, and then after they're done, they'll eat them whatever number their age is, right? So if they're like 20, they're turning 20 years old, they'll eat 20, right? Like that's the practice. However, in Aomori, they don't throw soybeans, they throw peanuts. So with the
Oh
with the
my
shells
goodness.
in the shell, so the whole peanut in the shell, they'll throw it, at the whoever's the oni, whether it's in the house or in the. Actually, so I looked into why this was, and the way they were explaining it, it sounded like they were talking about doing this outside. So maybe they're talking about doing this like at a shrine or something, or maybe when they were doing this, they were doing it outside the house. And one of the reasons that they gave was that, well, they basically explained that this like the Peanut Association was marketing it this way like many years ago, and they gave two benefits for using peanuts instead of soybeans, and the benefit was one, they're easier to find after you throw them on the floor, because if you're throwing them outside and the soybeans land in the snow, they're gonna be harder to see because they're white, like it's harder to see in the snow. But the peanuts are easier to see in the snow. It's like, yeah, I didn't know. I didn't think about this, right? The other thing is, this makes sense, that after they fall on the floor, the nice thing about peanuts is they're in the shell, so you don't have to worry about the peanuts getting dirty. You just pick it up and then you open the peanut shell and you can eat it. It's still clean.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So Aomori, I don't know.
Genius.
Yeah, no, it's very good marketing.
How clever this Japanese Peanut Association people were.
I
But
know, I know. I wonder if
Oh
there is
man.
like some kind of like, oh, maybe peanuts were just easier to get in Aomori, like that kind of thing going on as well. But I don't know. I mean, it's not like soybeans are hard to get anywhere in Japan. It's like one of the staple foods. So I
True.
yeah, I don't know. But those were the reasons given in an article that I found. And in the article, they were talking about how like if you go to the supermarket, before Setsubun in Aomori, you're gonna see there are some soybeans there. They do have some, but the majority for Setsubun is peanuts. So I don't know. Have you
Another
ever heard of
thing,
this?
and no, and I've
Okay.
never heard of that. But then
Okay.
another thing, peanuts taste. I wouldn't necessarily say better compared to soybeans, but little kids might prefer peanuts over soybeans.
Well, I would say I mean, of course, it all depends on the person, but I would say like just plain peanuts compared to plain like roasted soybean. I prefer
Uh-huh.
plain peanut.
Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, especially nowadays, all these traditional rituals slash traditional like fun stuff at home are for kids.
Yeah.
So if kids prefer peanut over soybean, then parents would probably get peanut every year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe they'll start throwing igrisu tosta too.
Tony, the problem is you have to eat
Oh yeah. You have to eat like 10
after
igrisu toast.
throwing them. Yeah, so if you are how old you are, I don't know,
Yeah,
30, 40 something.
I don't even want to say my age because it's like, geez.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
want to think about
And if
that.
you get older and older, you have to probably eat like 50, 70
Yeah.
igirisu toasto at the end. So
And the good thing about peanuts is I think usually you get like two in each peanut, right? So
that's true. That's
yeah.
very true. Ah,
uh,
wow.
uh, yeah, there you go. Buddy.
Crazy
There was
stuff.
more stuff, but obviously like we can't do everything. But yeah, it's fun. These a lot of look, Japan is the size of California, roughly speaking, right? And there's 47 prefectures. So
Uh-huh.
most prefectures are not that big. But
Hmm.
even then, each of these little areas have their own customs and, dialects and all this stuff. So it's always
Yes.
interesting to see, all these little differences. And Aomori, especially because it's so kind of off the beaten path, in its own little area,
Hmm.
obviously it's going to have its own unique stuff. So I love this kind of stuff. Hopefully you guys found it interesting. And yeah, so we'll see. I'll do my best to at least eat some igirisu toast or something while I'm in
You
Aomori.
should. You
Yes,
should.
absolutely. And if anybody has some Aomori stories or whatever questions, you can email us mail@japankyo.com. Always happy to get questions and stories. So send us an email and say hi. All right. So that's it. We'll probably do more Tohoku, maybe Yamagata. I don't know. You've got experience in Yamagata, so maybe we'll do something about Yamagata
Just a
soon-ish.
little bit, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
can.
We'll leave it at that. So thanks for listening. See you next time.
Bye bye.